analysts after learning he tested positive for COVID-19. Djokovic calls it an error of judgment.
Meanwhile, Australian border officials are investigating possible inconsistencies in his entry documents, as well as his movements after he tested positive. Tennis analyst Renee Stubbs is in Melbourne with the latest. So, Renee, what has Djokovic been saying about all of this new information that's coming out?
Well, I think if I was his advisor, I would be advising him not to say anything publicly at all.
Okay, alert.
His first original Instagram message to the world really about getting a medical exemption into Australia is kind of what really put him on the, not in a good situation, because that was alerting everyone that he was coming with the medical exemption. And then, of course, he puts this next tweet and Instagram message out about trying to explain his movements on the days that he was supposedly COVID positive. So I think it's best for him to probably stay as low as possible.
The entire narrative now about the Australian Open is about Novak Djokovic, not the other players and those who are involved. So I wonder how this is being received in the pro tennis community.
Well, to be honest with you, I think everyone's kind of sick and tired of it, to be frank. It's obviously the talk of the town, but also at the same time, these players are really gearing up for a major title next week, so they're all practicing, they're all very much into the swing of things. But I think they would really appreciate this being over and done with, and I think Craig Tiley from Tennis Australia and the Australian Open in general would like it to be at least the decision to be made by the government by now. Let's make a decision, let him play or get him out of here.
And when are they going to make that decision? And if this were just a regular person, would they have been deported by now?
Well, your guess is as good as mine, and yes, I would say that there's absolutely no question he would have been gone by now. There's been a couple of tennis players or staff of tennis players that have been deported out of the country immediately after they were found to have sort of not put the correct things down on their statements. And Novak is really in a similar situation. The difference is he has the money to pay the lawyers to fight the fight for him.
On this human error explanation, you've been at the top of this game, so you know the staff and how closely they keep tabs on where you are. Is it plausible that someone could have just simply made a mistake and checked the wrong box saying that you had not traveled in the last 14 days?
Well, if I had someone working for me that messed that up, I don't know if they'd be still working for me at this point, because that has really caused a massive issue for him now coming into Australia. And as all of us know, when we travel internationally, when we fill out those boxes, we better make sure that we've dotted every I and crossed every T, and it seems that that hasn't been done. And I can't imagine that his management